This job was a dirty job, dirtier than I thought, so I put the gloves on and only had really one mishap. I did find a bunch of old cotton, so I figured I better put some gloves on and a mask. This is an early American piece. I decided to go ahead and strip it down as much as I possibly could with my sander because that paint was just peeling off. It was just such a dirty job. So I got pretty much all stripped down except for I may take something and try to scrape some of this out like a blade, maybe a blade, or even sand it a little bit more to get some of these extra bits off. I didn't want to breathe it in, so I put this on. And the early American style furniture is a pretty classic style, and this works so well in a cottage. Now, I was looking for something about 28 inches tall. I found other ones that were 24 inches too small of scale for this bedroom. It's a double bed, and I wanted something at least about 28. So this is 27, getting there, close enough. And as soon as I saw it for $5, I thought, well, I'm picking this one up. I'll take it. So they threw in the little Victorian wicker piece. It was marked 25, and they threw it in for 15. So I said, 2 for 20? I'll take it. Okay, so these early American pieces are so pretty, and they work so well in the cottage. That and they're usually made out of cherry wood or maple. This one, I believe it's a maple wood. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on wood or anything, but it's definitely worth salvaging. I did have a little piece fall off one of the back legs, which I can get that glued back on. It'll fit right in there, and I'll just glue that back on. It's got the little taps, and then I lost another one of those little taps, and so I'll have to see if I have 4 of these. I'll just put those back on. They just nail in. I'll show you how that looks. So I have one right here, and that's what those look like. So I'm not going to prime this. I am going to clean it. It doesn't have any bad smells. It's a little unstable because of that piece that's missing. Once I get that on there, and then the other thing that I have to do, and then the back of it, I don't know if you can see this, well, there's some veneer lifting, so I'll just glue that down right here. And it's got that hole in the back, so they must have had a radio or something in there, but I think it's looking pretty nice. And the drawers have the nice dovetail joints right here and here. Solid wood. This is a darn good piece of furniture. And what I'll do is I'll paint the inside on the sides, and then I'll lay some nice paper in there to give it a pretty look. And then I have to find an antique handle to put in, because the other handle was just too modern. And this is not a modern piece of furniture. This is probably dating back to, I would say, at least the 50s or the 60s. So let's cottage it up. I'm using some remnants from IOD transfers. This one is from Japonica, and the other one is from just a bunch of word transfers. Drippy because I had my brush in water, but that's okay. We'll probably do it. We'll go over it again. As you will see, there are still a few wrinkles. Not to worry, I have a solution for that. Stay tuned. I'll show you my whole process here on a smaller surface that I made previously so that you can see the whole demo. Using these 100% beeswax pellets, I spread them out evenly across the surface as my little iron is heating up. You have to wait until it gets pretty hot before you can really get these to start melting. Once you do, you just push them around to make sure you get an even coating on the entire surface, even along the edges. If it pulls up, you can always spread it out a little more to other areas. I just wanted to make sure I educated you on how I did this. So on each of the metal splines, I tied a ribbon. I tried looping it around, I tried all different ways, and this was the best way. And you just want to make sure that it's tight on both ends before you trim it. Okay, so I did all of those first. Then I went back, I did 3 in between those two. And then I took some short pieces and tied those in between to fill in, because this is much narrower up here and you can fill that up pretty quickly, but you'll have some areas down here that need to have ties. So I still need to add a few more ties, and then this should be just about done and ready to go. A little bit. It is. So they get the idea. Hi! And now for the final review of this little room in the schoolhouse. So we did the artwork. I'm quite pleased with the way it turned out. And the little nightstand. And the lampshades and the lamps. And it all came together and pulled the room together with that bright buttercup yellow and a little more cottage whimsy to add to the room. There may be a few more things that we need to do to this room. It's not quite finished in my mind, but for now, I'm happy. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please do come back again and visit Cottage Necessities.